left.
So I'm going to get this going. This is Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio, episode 28. And I'm here with Mark Tanner and John LaLiberte. Did I say that shit right?
Yeah, you got it.
All right.
Yeah, dude.
So, John, like Mark was saying, man, I noticed, like, you're all over the fucking place, man. You're, like, wherever there's window cleaning going on. Why are you all over the place? What the fuck's up with that, bro?
Trying to find a good high-rise window cleaning company.
Oh, okay.
Trying to find somebody that's not gonna be a scumbag and try and give me the lowest dollar for the amount of work I do.
Right.
But now I'm down. Now I'm with Squeegee Squad, so I think I'm in really great hands.
Yeah, they seem like. I mean, I don't know. I know that's a nationwide company, and I don't know how all of it works, but I see Todd Ford out there busting ass all the time. He
actually recommended me to the company down here in Palm Beach. Okay. So didn't David Casanachinocha, or however the hell you say his name.
Yeah, Dave used to do work with me back in the day. Dave was a good man.
Yeah, neither one of them I've met firsthand personally, but they've seen the work I did. Highly recommended me to come down here. So now I'm down here.
You're working for that. What's that guy's name here in Palm Beach? Josh, I think.
Josh Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's him, his mom, and his stepdad that own the company over here, and there's some great people.
Cool,
yeah,
man.
So that's who you're working for.
Yeah. We're doing a big caulking and resealing job right now.
Where? In Pompano, I think you said you were down in
Pompano. Yeah. Swing stage work, 6 stories, easy.
Cool.
Ain't nothing.
And it's in the shade all day. I mean,
you can't beat that.
No, compared to, I mean, I'm sure you guys seen it whenever I was in San Antonio at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
I had that big 546-foot pressure washing job.
Yeah, that was.
I think we spoke about that. Yeah. I think, John, you and I talked about that, and you told me something about the timeline on that job, and I looked at it just on what you had posted and said, I don't think that's possible unless you're interested in skipping half the place,
I ended up quitting. I was a supervisor on the job. I ended up quitting before the building got done, and OSHA came in and shut the job down and all that good stuff.
Jeez. Still
haven't gotten my final paycheck from that company. Which, Dana Mayfield with AAA up in Atlanta, he's a great character. So if anybody's listening, don't do business with that guy. You won't get paid.
When you got here, that. Yeah. Let me ask you,
I mean, just saying. I mean,
when you got here to Florida, Josh, did you look into anyone else other than the squad? Can I call them the squad? Dave calls them the squad. I know Dave.
Yeah, we're the squad. I looked around in Florida. I was trying to find close to my parents. I had posted things on a couple of different sites and whatnot, and I got the feedback right away from David. He said he had to be taken care of. So I mean, I didn't really put much effort into it.
Yeah.
And that's how I've gotten around, is really through Facebook and talking to different people, because I know me and you have talked before, Mark, about me possibly working for you. It was probably several years ago, but
I mean, look, I get a lot.
Back then, I was up in Minnesota.
Yeah, I get calls out of the phone book here and there, and I'm real. Look, the guys that have been with me, one is over 10 years and one is right below him, and then I got another high-rise guy that's actually training. Came from Hawaii. And, for me...
His name's not Arnell Oko, is it?
No. His name is... look, for me, it's not about how good you are as a window cleaner. That's part of it. But it's how will you get along with my team and how will you fit in? Because, look, if you show up and eat someone's lunch, then we have a fucking problem.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, what the hell?
So what I want to know is first of all, how long have you been cleaning windows, John?
I started 10 years ago in 2008, but I wasn't full-fledged going with it back then. I was still in the National Guard with Florida. I was doing it really as a part-time gig. My brother owns a high-rise company in Minnesota. So when I got out of the guards, I went ahead and went up there and started learning, how to do it. And we obviously butted heads. Stopped working after a couple months. A couple years went by, went back up there, did it again. Stuck around for a couple years, and I got tired of his attitude and started looking around to see where I could go. I mean, I really learned it. I learned everything I needed to know to go to another company with somewhat of an experience.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love what I do. It's not a job; it's a hobby. I get to get up and go rappel off of a building every day.
How old are you, John, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 28. Just turned 28 in April.
Okay.
Fucking young buck. Young, dumb, and full of cum.
High-rise, in my opinion, high-rise is a young man's game. I've had guys come out to work for me and just look over the edge of your building and say, I'm not doing it anymore. And that happens. And, John knows.
Better.
The taller the better. That's good. Have you ever considered doing your own thing, John? Because I mean, look, working for someone has a lot of benefits, and business isn't.
I'm actually working towards that right now. Trying to get everything else in line. Obviously, from jumping from company to company and traveling across the country for the past 5 or 6 years, I haven't really been able to sit down and actually maintain what I need to maintain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need to get a good ground before I can start growing into anything else. Right now, I'm mainly focused on getting all my equipment, which I'm partially the way there, and getting a truck, and then I'll start subbing out and go from there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying because, look, working for someone obviously has benefits, and some people prefer that.
Yeah.
Collecting the check versus dealing with the stress that TJ and I get. But I will suggest, though, if you're going to go into, look, I know a guy that specifically, and you probably know him too, but I don't need to drop his name, and it's no disrespect. And he says, he was borrowing equipment from me, and he's a good guy, so I give him the equipment. Then I got to chase him down for my clamps, and then I'm like, hey, dude, not for nothing, go pick up some route work, go do some houses. Something that's going to be more frequent than twice a year. You need a lot of twice a year to make a living. I mean, you're going to go get some insurance, and I'm going to go get some buildings. Guess what, dude? One building leads to another, but the reputation and your experience and your relationships with different management companies is where the work's going to come from. So you will starve if you think you're going to walk out there and pick up a couple buildings and then have they don't pay enough to pay you for the year. Contrary to, I'm going to work 6 months out of the year and do these 3 buildings, and guess what? I doubt that's going to work. So
good luck for it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've had
opportunity. I've had motherfucker in here, dude. Jesus Christ, it's hot.
Yeah. Come down here, dude. Yeah, come down to South Florida.
I'm sure it's hot down there. Hotter.
It was like 107 real feel today. It was hotter than hell, and I didn't even work.
Well, you know what? I don't know if they have this by you, TJ, but I just noticed this recently. We have what's called, it's going to be 87 degrees out, but it feels like 105.
Yeah, the real field temperature? Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's stupid.
Feels like things. Yeah.
How do you know? How do they know what real? How do they know how I feel? Maybe
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
maybe it's 95.
Adding that relative humidity.
Bullshit. Maybe it's 95 and I feel like it's 200 degrees, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Shit.
Right?
Exactly. So it's you and what's his name? Josh? You and Josh?
Yeah, Josh doesn't hang. I actually have gotten to work with William Straight, The Truth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know who that is. And he's actually he's taught me a lot, man. He really has. He's taught me a lot. and he's a great person to work with. He subcontracts from Orlando.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I've seen him.
Yeah,
I've seen him in the forums for quite a while now. He's seems like a pretty
He's one of the
legit
ones
dude.
that he's one of the ones that did the Grand Canyon Skywalk
Okay.
with Top 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which that's 4,700 feet in the air.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know about all that, bro.
Yeah, that's.
I'd be
fucking-
kind of shaky to do that one.
Yeah, that's intense, man.
What's the highest building you've ever done, John?
546 feet.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. I did 45 stories and the 45 stories sat on top of probably an 8-story parking garage. And the intimidating thing for me was there were octagons around the corners of the building. So you went out on the like the 43rd floor, and then you had to climb a chicken ladder up to the top of this octagon. And there were like 6 drops on each octagon, but there was not one parapet. Okay, so literally you're standing there and there's just a tie back in the middle, and you could just walk off it.
It's roof to nothing.
Yeah,
Wow.
not even a 1 inch. Yeah,
makes you feel kind of queasy.
That one was intimidating, and I only did it because I was helping a buddy out. I did it because I wanted to see if I could do it, and dude, you didn't even have to lock off for like the first 10, 15 floors because the rope was so heavy, you didn't move. You had to feed the rope through the rack, and
you use a rack.
Yeah, that or a SRT, but we were using.
I actually came off the rack. I was using the rack this year in New Orleans, and we were doing a 49-story building with a 50-foot parapet wall.
Wow.
And I couldn't go nowhere. Like, I kept getting hemmed up, and my arms were getting tired trying to push the rope through the freaking rack.
Yeah.
I was using I wasn't going nowhere, and I was trying to keep up with everybody else.
Whoa. You're breaking up real bad there.
Freeze frame.
Behind. Like, if it's a 20-story building, I'll be ready. That was bad. So I ended up trying out the Sala. What the hell is it? The roller glass descender.
Yeah.
And all you do is pull a lever, and I've been using that since, and I love it.
It's an auto stop too. It stops automatically.
Yeah, if you pull it too hard, you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
You can kick out and drop 10 stories at one time if you want to.
Yeah. Well, the issue, as long as you, it's very hard to change descenders after you have a lot of experience with one particular thing, I went over to the SRT simply because I saw so many guys in Hawaii using it, and it's pretty comfortable to use. You don't have to lock it off. It will creep on you when you first get going because of the weight of the rope, but it's a whatever you prefer type of thing.
You guys are fucking awesome. Hey, I want to know. Hey, Mark, where the fuck did you get that charm on your necklace at?
I was about to say, that's pretty nice, bro.
Yeah, this is the only thing I have that my father left me. Basically, I would say it was back around 1990, and I was working with my old man, and he basically went to an old school jeweler and gave him a squeegee and said, "Can you make a mold and melt down some gold for this?" And he says, "Absolutely." And a couple weeks later, went over and he had this mold, and they poured lead into it, and he liked the design of it. And then, so long story short, when I started working with my old man, I wanted one, and I used to tell him, "Listen, I'm kind of thinking things out here, and when I hit 1 million windows, based on my route, based on what I'm doing, I think I can do that within 7 years." I literally counted glass while I was working, and he's like, "You hit 1 million windows, and you got a charm." So obviously, when I hit the million, and I've I've had it on ever since, So it's something.
I
hit
a million windows a while ago, so I'm ready for my fucking goal. Where's my charm at, Mark?
I'm saying.
Where's my charm?
I don't even know when I hit a million. I'm more like 3 or 4 now.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had the mold because I would share it with people. But I don't.
Well, that'd be something. I never even thought to have, that to go to a jeweler and be like, "Hey, man, make this brass squeegee into a charm for me." I never thought of that.
Yeah. Well, it takes. You can't go to like fucking Zales. You got to go to an old.
You got to go to a jeweler.
Yeah. I was about to say that corporate shit ain't gonna work.
No, but
I might have to go to Tyrone's Grills and have him make me one. Hey, they could get them fronts on your teeth with diamonds and your name in it and shit. Why couldn't they make one of those, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you a story about it. I was working at one of our colleges, and I walked into the bathroom, and I heard something, jingle and bounce off the floor, and I didn't think nothing of it. I kind of looked around. And when I got home from work, I realized that my chain was broken. The chain was still there, but the chain was gone. And like I said, it's what I have of my dad. So I was devastated. And I went back up to the college, and it's a Christian college. And
thank God.
They let me put a picture of it up on the notice board throughout the college. And I put, reward. It's more sentimental than anything. It does have a diamond in it, and it's probably a couple $100 worth of gold. But point being, to me, it meant more. So I was playing on someone's, being a good person. And about 10 days later, I got a phone call from some young girl, and she says, "Yeah, we found out while we were cleaning the lady cleaning the bathroom. We thought it was some kind of upside down cross, And I'm like, I really hanging on to it, and because the wrong person gets his hands on it, it gets melted down at a pawn shop, and
right.
So I think I went to Ruth Chris and got a $100 gift card and walked in there, and she's like, "No, I can't take that. It's the right thing to do." I go, "Listen to me. You take you and your boyfriend, your husband, whatever you got, go enjoy dinner on me." And so then I got a beefier chain, and I usually keep it tucked in just because I know where it is.
But now you're flossing on us.
Oh yeah. No, I changed my shirt before I came out here because it was freaking hot as hell.
Like, look at my badass chain, homie. Hey, you see that Jeep back there? That motherfucker got 44s on it, cuz. What?
Yeah, no, they're 39.
39s. Okay, sorry. 39s.
Right.
39.
Yeah, man. So
you go mud bogging
on my Nissan.
Is that what you hillbillies do down there? Is go mud bogging?
Hey.
Hey.
You might have to try it sometime. You might like it.
Yeah. Listen, TJ, you'd fit right in, so don't act like.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, don't even go there.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, some of that rap shit might not.
No, the mud bog looks at some titties and beer. Sing some Hank Williams all day. Shit, fuck it.
Well, I tell you, man, I don't think a lot of people, at least, there's a lot of dudes on the internet, on Facebook, and a lot of dudes like on YouTube and all that shit that do a lot of window cleaning and shit. And I feel like most of it, I mean, it's all cool, and they're all super flashy guys and shit like that. And I am not a super flashy guy, but I do, however, have the presence of mind to understand that what you guys do is a little something extra than what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? And with that said, you can't, it's hard to put into words. You guys are going over the edge of a building to clean windows. It's one thing to walk up to a fucking window and clean it, or get up on a ladder and clean it. That shit's sketchy at times. Ladder work is sketchy, but what you guys are doing, that takes a certain kind of individual to do.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I'll tell you for me, TJ, the only accident I've ever had in 30 years of window cleaning has been from a ladder.
Yeah.
I have never, that's the one thing I can say is I'm renewing my insurance next month, And once again, I got to fill out the form stating I haven't put in a claim. And I'm like, how do you not know I have never put in a claim? Wouldn't you know? Long story short, you know, I've had 0 accidents in high-rise window cleaning. Now, in ladder work, you know, I fell off 5 pieces. But yeah, that was a lesson.
Ooh.
I'll tell you the quick story if you want to hear it.
Yeah.
TJ, have I told you this?
Mm-mm.
I was working for a guy in Palm Beach, and we had a furniture store. You had to climb over like a 8-foot wall, and they had a little perimeter courtyard with tile. Okay, and we got there before the store opened up, so we decided, and we had done this before, John and I, we're gonna scale the wall. I take 2 pieces of ladder, lean it on the wall, climb over. He'd hand me the sections of ladder. I'd drop them over, climb over the wall, and go do this courtyard. So I'm in there, and the morning, you know, it's damp from the morning dew. Mm-hmm. I set the ladder up, and they basically came out from under me. And they came out, you know, I don't remember too much about it, but I can tell you this. It wasn't a start, stop, and now you hit the ground. It was they came flinging out because I woke up in the fire department. I remember the fire department had me strapped down on one of those backboards, and they were
holy shit
on the phone telling them if they couldn't get that door open, they were going to break it because they couldn't get me over that wall strapped to a board. They could hurt me worse. So, and then I woke up in the hospital. They were stitching the back of my head open. They were stitching my head up, and I hurt my lower back, and I got 18 stitches to the back of the head. And about a month later, we were back there doing the inside of the furniture store, and this woman comes up to me, and she says, "Oh, thank God you're okay." And I go, "Did you see what happened?" She says, "Yeah, you were washing the windows. You had a couple of them done, and you climbed up to the next one, and I waved to you, and you smiled and waved back." And she says, "I turned around, and I heard a crash. And I looked, and you were just tangled up in a pile of aluminum."
Oh, Jesus.
Holy crap, dude.
Yeah, dude, that's so sketchy, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I
one
can
thing.
I'm still paying for it to this day because I fractured part of my pelvis right where the spine is, and that keeps me going to the chiropractor once a month or so. And I can say that after that, I wasn't afraid to go on ladders or on buildings anymore, but I am certainly, if you ever see my guys on a ladder, I don't care if it's 2 pieces, there's someone footing it all the time.
Right.
You know, and it was a mistake. I put a ladder on a wet floor, okay, and it was outdoor tile, but it was wet enough, and the rubber bottoms of the ladder were old enough where they were probably hardened up a bit, and
just kicked.
It's something that it won't happen again.
I'll tell you, the only ladder accident that I've ever seen was something of the same exact nature. You know, it wasn't me. It was somebody I was working with. Just set something up on a slick floor, and it just.
Yeah.
And we were using.
Yeah.
He was on a 28-foot tall extension with a standoff on it, and it slid right down the wall. Just whoop, right down the wall. His face was up against. It was bad, dude. It was bad, dude.
That's happened to me with a 24 before. It's not. And luckily, I fell into some bushes and was a little scratched up. But I'd rather hang than do ladder work. Like I just nope.
Right.
Yeah, most guys my employees feel more comfortable on a piece of rope than they do climbing a ladder. They will climb ladders. They do it every week. You know, not every day. But ladders. And I know they have a lot of safety devices that hook to the ladders and stop them from kicking out and stuff, but nothing beats somebody standing there holding it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Makes me feel safer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on a ladder every single day, so I get it. You know what I mean? But I am super duper extra cautious. I always have been. Just coming from building homes, I was always on ladders and picks all the time, and you know. You never know, man. It's just a piece of
building homes, huh?
Yeah, I was a carpenter for 10 years before I did this.
Okay, I'm a framer on my side time.
Okay, I can dig that. Yeah. I used to Actually, I almost started my own I almost started framing homes for myself. I almost started doing that before this. I was about that close from doing it.
I got a buddy in Pensacola, Florida that does that right now. And every time I go home for vacation, I end up working for him whenever I'm there for a vacation. So.
That's cool. Yeah.
I'm always working.
Yeah, that's what I went to school for. I went to school for that. I joined the ranks of pounding nails at a very early young age. You know what I mean? Like 16, 17 years old, I started in the construction trade. My cousin turned me on to a guy that needed help, and I just never looked back. And then, you know, it just went to shit after a while. You get tired of working for assholes. You know what I mean?
Hey, I know exactly how that is. I've worked for far too many.
Yeah, it's a fact of life. But being on a ladder all the time doing that and having OSHA up your ass constantly, you kind of learn what to do and what not to do, and then you see guys fuck up and do shit that, you know, I just never take any chances, man. I just don't, you know what I mean? I'm a 3 points of contact, dudes. You know, some people are, you know, like Josh was show if we were doing some lift work on this building, like 3.5-story building. We had Josh Schoaf on the ground operating the lift for us. Big mistake. He's the worst. He's the worst lift operator ever. He's gonna get mad.
He was operating the lift on the ground.
From the ground, yeah. It was.
Why weren't you operating it from the basket?
Well, because that's the way they wanted us to do it. They wanted a guy on the ground. I mean, it was cool if we drove it. But as far as operating it, they were worried that we were going to smack the building or some shit. I don't think Josh has been paid for that job either.
You get more control out of the
and that was back. Yeah, that was back in March. Yeah, that we did this. I think Josh said the other day he's still going round and round with these guys, and that is probably one of the nastiest construction cleans I've ever been on. It's like they took the silicone and just rubbed it all over the fucking window like they was trying to, like, fucking frost the glass or some shit. It was rough. It was rough.
I don't even see how they do that either, because right now I am sealing in waterproofing glass. Like, and I've never done it before, and I'm still not even getting all over the glass.
Yeah, that's just carelessness.
I don't.
There is an art to doing caulking. We have a company out here called General Caulking and Coating, and I love when they do my buildings and I know most of the guys that work there because they literally, like a good window cleaner can clean a window. I tell them, if you make your shit jagged along my window frames, oh, Mark, you don't have to worry about that. And these guys are artists with caulking. Dude, I get that shit everywhere. I go home with more on me than I do on the
I'm one with my caulk gun.
Supposed to be orange, man. Yeah, you're telling me. My work shirt's supposed to be orange. There's more black on this thing than anything else.
Dude, are you using Sikaflex polyurethane?
We're using polyurethane, and we're using another thing called Tremco.
Yep. Yeah, the Tremco smells like chocolate, and the Sikaflex, dude, that shit does not come off. You got to wear it off.
Yeah.
It's nasty.
I was doing it all week, man, and I've used denatured alcohol to try to get off my hands. I've used gasoline to try to get off my hands.
No, it works.
It doesn't come off.
WD-40, if it's still wet, will take it off. That's one of the best things. Try that.
Really? I'll have to get a can of that on my way to work tomorrow.
Yeah, just stop and grab you a can. And if you get it on your fingers, just it should come out.
I mean, we're even wearing gloves and somehow still manage to get it all over our hands.
Caulk is a fucking mess, man. Caulking is a fucking mess, man. Yeah. But still, those window installer dudes fucking blow, dude. They suck. Whoever these cats were at this building, they sucked, man. They sucked hard, dude.
See, here's the thing. I can do a lot more caulking, but I put it this way. I had a building that needed some caulking repairs on it. It needed to be completely wet sealed. And they said, can you fix these couple windows? Yeah. I said, I'm not, we'll try to identify where it's leaking from. We'll bring a hose. We'll try to make it leak so we guarantee it. But I'm not a licensed waterproofer. I'm a window cleaner. I said, the only thing I can do is access it and try my best. Okay.
So you actually have to be licensed to do that.
Dude, that's why I'm kind of...
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. Shit.
Holy shit.
Let's take a minute and laugh. well, shit.
Here's the thing.
That's funny.
Okay? We did the caulking on this building, and you got to understand, water can come into a track of a commercial window and go 10 windows before it finds a way to leak into the building. So though you're caulking the one that's leaking, it might be coming in from 10 windows down. And dude, they replaced all the oak baseboards and wallpaper in this office, and we didn't get it. And then they came back to me, and I'm like, listen, I told you up front, let us do the whole entire floor because it could be coming in from 10 windows down because we couldn't make it leak. And they were like, no, just do, one on each side of the leaky window. And then they spent thousands of dollars on baseboard and wallpaper. And then they called me back. So I preface everything that I do now. Listen, I'm not a licensed waterproofer, so don't go ripping out and spending $10,000 on baseboards and moldings until you're guaranteed it's not going to leak. We'll do our best. But there is an art to it. And like I said, for me, I'll do minor ones here and there for my existing buildings, but I will not do an entire building. I know there's good money in it, but I don't want the liability of that.
So, John, what kind of window cleaning tools do you carry when you go over the ledge? What brand is squeegee and washer? And
Sorbo, baby.
Sorbo. What size
all the
channel
way,
do you rock?
Sir. Depends on the window. If it's, continuous glass, I'll use a 22. If it's a smaller window, I'll use an 18. But that's mainly what I carry.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll put a 12 in there in case there's little windows. But normally we do big panes on these condos and whatnot. That's here.
So is that go ahead. Well, who do you want? Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first, Mark?
Go ahead, TJ.
All you do is high-rise work? Do you do anything else besides high-rise work? Do you do any window, like residential jobs or storefront jobs? I do
residential. Residential.
Okay, cool. And what were you going to say, Mark?
I was just going to ask John if he's cleaned Singer Island Marriott yet, because I know that the local squad has that.
Yes, I did. That was a fun job.
That's one of the few I can honestly say that I walked away from. I said, no way. No. And
we did that job in 2 days with three guys.
That job sucks.
The frames are garbage. The windows are trash. They got some sort of chemical burns on them, and half of it is like a condo association. The other half's a hotel. So you're dealing with the hotel. You're dealing with the hotel one part, and then you got the condo association. They put Post-it notes and shit on the window saying, "Hey, there's a spot here," and I'm just here for a straight wash. Lady. You want to throw me $50? I'll get the spot off for you.
Yeah, we did a cleaning on that, and it had been years since it was done. And they told me there was 50 drops on the building, so I priced it accordingly. Okay, we get there, and then.
There's more than that. I think there's more than that.
There is, because there's the little 6-story section that wasn't included in 50 drops. So I said to them, listen, the 50 drops is on the big building, and that's if you're doing 3 wide in a lot of places. And then the little building, which is like 6 stories, 7 to the roof, that's like another 15 or 20 drops. So I said, you got to pay for those drops. And we went back and forth, and I said, you know what, I'm going to honor it because I said I would, but the next go round, and then they just said, we can't afford you. And I said, then you get someone else. Bye.
And they got us.
Well, someone else, Southern, a company called Southern had it after you, and then you guys got it. But I drive by, and I guess it's you guys out there. I just say, not for me, man. No way. That sucks. There's so many transitions on the roof. It's just a nightmare.
And the tiebacks are on the roof aren't even in the right spot. You have to tackle a lot of the dumb shit.
They're not.
And then you can tell people have been there and not used the boards on the edges because their ropes have sunk through the styrofoam like 2 inches.
Yeah. No, the job sucks. But I guess it's a job, you know. It's a job, so you know. I just not for me.
The biggest thing for that job that whooped my ass was the wind. The wind kicked my ass on that job. Like,
it was right on the beach. It's directly
yeah.
on the beach.
That's a whole different level of training right there, trying to clean windows with 15-mile-an-hour winds.
Steady, 15 miles steady, yeah.
Hey, TJ, you ever try to clean a window and the water goes up and gets your glass above it and dirt and like crashes all your windows?
Yeah, yes. Actually, I have.
You just kind of sit there. You're like, well, fuck, man. Like, come on.
But I was on a ladder. I wasn't hanging off of a fucking piece of rope or nothing though. But it was on a 40-foot ladder. We got a house on the beach here, and right on the north side. You know, the wind comes across the fucking lake
on the beach. Don't you live in Ohio?
Yep.
What fucking beach?
Dude, hey, we got nice beaches here. Beach.
Yeah, okay.
It's your beach ass.
Freshwater beach.
Freshwater beach.
Was it Lake Erie up there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I live right on Lake Erie. Like my house, like I live like maybe 400, 500 yards from the water right now.
Yeah, I bet that sucks during the wintertime, don't it?
Oh, yeah. It's super awesome.
I used to live I'm originally from Minnesota, and I lived on Lake Superior, so I know all about that shit.
Yeah, fuck that shit. That north wind sucks, man. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of that at all.
No,
so
but I'm seeing a 4-wheeler on a frozen lake. That's got to be fun.
Oh
man, that was a snowmobile on a frozen lake is fun.
That's fun too. Shit, we've driven trucks and jeeps across the lake before.
Yeah, that's just retarded.
It's fine, man. As long as the ice is thick enough, you're good, dude.
Yeah, I'm good. I won't go out there. I won't do ice fishing. Man, I'm a native of Minnesota, and you will not catch me out there on that ice. I'll go out there a couple feet, and that's about it.
Not a fan, huh?
Hell no. I mean, if it's thick enough, I can play hockey on it. That's about as far as I go.
Mark, there's a cat behind you.
You want to hear something funny, TJ?
What?
That cat showed up here in my shop one day, emaciated, skinny, and I'm not a cat person, right? Mm-hmm. So he walks up starving. I get on the phone. I call my wife. I say, hey, you got some tuna fish or something this cat will eat? And he's starving, and then the kids gave it a name. And you know what his name is? His name is Gilbert.
Fuck off. That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. Whatever, bro. I don't believe a fucking word you say, man.
Look at him. He's looking at me. Gilbert. I swear to God.
Whatever, dude.
No, you know why? You know why? Dude, you call my wife, call my kids.
I'm not calling your wife or your kids because I don't believe any of you guys. You guys are fucking thick as thieves. You guys are all thick as thieves. I ain't fucking lying. That cat's name's Gilbert.
Listen.
What?
Dude, I'm going to send you his Facebook page. My kid set up Gilbert. Swear to God.
Your cat has a Facebook page, Joe? Come on. Come on.
No,
your cat has a Facebook page.
I'll tell you how he got the name Gilbert.
Oh,
because
Jesus.
My kids were watching that movie called What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Uh-huh.
So the cat comes walking in the house, right? We started feeding it. It hung out in my shop, and then it got comfortable. It came in the house one time, and my oldest son goes, no way, Gilbert, just like on What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Yeah. He's like, no way, Gilbert. So the cat's name is fucking Gilbert. I'm not kidding you, dude.
Cool,
and then my dog attacked it, so I got a $700 investment in the cat. The kids named it, so we have a cat now, and he hangs out here.
Cool story, bro.
Anyway.
Fucking whatever, dude.
Hey, I don't have sound effects, but I'll just make some noises.
Right? You're not Richie Blue cool? Is that what you're saying?
That podcast had me rolling in my truck.
Richie is such an ass, man.
And they're looking down at his computer, and all of a sudden, dude, that shit is awesome.
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious, dude. So, dude, I mean, I don't know. I mean, fuck, dude. I see you started. Did you start that Facebook group, the High Rise Window Cleaner group? Did you start that?
Yeah.
You started that? So you trying to
Yeah.
get some high rise fucking window cleaners together, huh? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just I don't know.
That's why.
It's something I did a couple years ago, and I don't know. I kind of fell off it, but I mean, I want to make a comeback, and I like learning stuff about high rise. The more I learn about it, the better it'll make me as a window cleaner. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, it's a brotherhood really when it comes down to it, because it's like you said, there's not a lot of people that do it.
Right.
And
well, see,
so I made a
group. That's what I was saying before. Yeah, man. It's just I don't think I think they're oft forgotten. You know what I mean? Like a lot of guys kind of overlook, high rise. It's probably because most high rise guys don't have time to grow beards and do YouTube videos with flashy stuff.
I mean, I got a little bit going on here.
Here's the thing: a lot of the high rise guys kind of walk to the beat of a different drummer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
They do. And it's an acquired taste as far as I started doing it just simply because I had done groundwork, I'd done ladder work, and I'd done lift work, and I'm like, well, what's left? And I used to see guys doing it. I'd literally pull my truck over and watch them for an hour because it fascinated me, and I wanted the thrill of it. And then the thrill became a job. And John knows what I'm talking about. When you got to haul, 200 pounds of counterweight up 3 flights of stairs, 600-foot spools of rope, it's hard work. It is.
Yeah. Well,
it'll make if you gotta move this for a swing stage. I mean, that's 1,500 pounds on each arm. Like
the guy that I worked with that did all of our rope work. He used to carry his rope in a trash can, like a Rubbermaid trash can with a lid on it. And I would always have to carry that.
That's how I started out.
Yeah, and I would have to fucking carry that I would have to carry that fucking trash can up the stairs for him. He was half the size I am. I struggled with it, and he'd walk up that fucker backwards talking to you. It wasn't even on his shoulder. And me, I'm like, fuck.
Hanging out his mouth. Yeah.
He's a little skinny bastard. Skinny, raily motherfucker. He's still a little skinny bastard. But he could.
I'm a little skinny bastard.
He'd pick up that trash can of fucking rope like it wasn't shit. He'd grab 5 pieces of wooden fucking stack ladder while standing up and just walk that shit like he was carrying a sandwich. You know what I mean? You'd never know it. You know what I mean? That's some hard ass fucking work. Now, I don't think, like I said, and you ain't riding the elevator in a lot of places. You know what I mean? You're carrying that shit most of the time. You know what I mean? So that's hard work, man.
When I started, we used to use a rope bag, and I used to braid my rope. Okay, and I love to braid the rope. I knew how to braid my own rope and pull it out. And then my guys that have work for me now, they'll pull the rope, fold it in half, and they spool it up. I mean, literally so perfect that they undo one knot, and it's never a tangle. They don't want to put it in a rope bag, and that's the way
what I'm talking about. That's how it should be. That's how I was trained.
They'll take a circle of 600 foot of rope, and it will be perfect. Then they hook that with their shoulders, and when they get where they're going, they untie the ends, and off it goes, and they just run their hands through it. And I'm like, that's fine. You don't want to braid it? Nope. We don't braid it. We don't want a rope bag. That's the way we do it. And so everybody does it a little bit differently. Right. But at the end of the day, it's all the same shit. But, look, here's the thing, John. Every job you're going to learn something. And as long as you're open-minded into figuring out, like the thing with high-rise work is the rope always pulls you to the middle, okay? And being able to position yourself or twist your body in a specific way get you where you want to go without stressing and straining. Or else, you put a new guy on a building, he's so tired by the time he does 5 stories, he can't move anymore. And so you gotta, I would suggest you get with I learned from some old timers, guys that started with block and tackle, and went through the changes with the industry. And you have to know, and I'm sure you do, the basics, because you're going to do something different than I would do, but you always have to refer back to your basics, which is going to keep you safe, and you're going to go home at the end of the day, you know,
Right.
and then you'll learn little tricks that'll knock 10 minutes off of a drop, you know. But as long as you're open-minded and, you know, a lot of these guys know everything, so you can't teach them anything. And then they go out there and you're like, dude, really?
That's one thing I was, you know, Todd Forrest always told me is, you know, be open to always learn something, because even Todd is still learning stuff, and he's been doing this for 30+ years.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Todd's been a big motivator for me through my work. You know what I mean? He's always been a keeping me going, getting what I need to go get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Todd's a fucking pretty inspirational dude, man. It's hard not to be inspired by Todd Ford. You know what I mean? That dude's fucking hard body karate. I call him the Duke of Danger because that motherfucker is always.
I think I lost you guys.
No, you're still here. Yeah, I call Todd the Duke of Danger, man. He's a pretty inspirational fucking dude. If he's not hanging off a building or on a stack ladder, he's climbing something. Yeah, climbing some big ass fucking rock somewhere. I mean, that's all that dude does, man. And when he can't do none of that, he's in his shop. He's in his shop, fucking boxing and shit. You know what I mean? Beating the shit out of a heavy bag. You know, he used to be a boxer, right? Have you ever seen any of Todd's videos on the internet of him boxing? I mean, that dude's fucking legit. Todd's a legit dude, man. He's AKA the Duke of Danger is what I call him. The Duke of Danger.
I actually might have.
So, where are you from originally? Would you say you're from Minnesota? I'm talking to you, John LaLiberte.
What?
I asked you. I said, where are you from originally? Where were you born? Because I see you be rocking. You got a fucking Boston. You got a Boston hat on.
On my end. No.
You got
yes.
Yeah, you got a Baltimore Orioles hat on right there, or is that a Boston's hat? A Boston Red Sox hat? I can't tell. Oh, this motherfucker.
I don't know, but he's probably got some. He got some squirrel ass internet. He got some squirrel ass internet. He's always wearing a New England Patriots hat and all half of his. And then I seen today he's got a fucking Detroit Red Wings shirt on. And now I don't know if he's either. He seems like a fucking front runner to me. This guy. Yeah.
Well, what's up with that squirrel ass internet in your trailer, bro?
Let me
what?
Some
This motherfucker. There he goes. He's back. We did the mating call and he came back.
Oh boy.
So are you? I seen that. I was asking where you're from because you're wearing a fucking Red Sox hat or a fucking Patriots hat or a Red Wings sweatshirt. I mean, where the fuck are you from? Are you from Boston?
I'm originally from Minnesota. My family's from Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll give you a pass then.
When I started playing hockey as a kid and started watching hockey, the Red Wings were my team, and so it's always been my team.
Well, I'm a Red Wings fan. My grandfather was a huge Red Wings guy, man. You know, Gordie Howe was his fucking hero. So, I grew up watching the Red Wings play. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm from Ohio, so I was just wanting to know. Yeah, I was just wanting to know, you know, because like I said, I always see you with that fucking bunk ass Patriots hat on. So I thought,
hey, oh come on, what are you?
I'm a Browns
fan.
Yeah, bro.
Oh yeah. Smells like shit, tastes like shit, must be shit.
Right. Hey, I got nothing for it.
Have they ever won a Super Bowl, dude? Like, come on.
No, they won all their championships were before they were called Super Bowls. Back when they were men and they wore leather helmets. Back then, you know.
Yeah.
Jim Brown, Otto Graham, whatever. Sounds good, man. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Nobody ever heard of it.
Fucking New England Patriots, these fucking fresh-faced motherfuckers, they just started being good. Get the fuck out of here.
Like 10 years ago, bro. typical. Another piece of. Come on, man.
Come on, bro.
Patriots hater.
I'm
Patriots hater. It's cool.
No, I rooted for you guys when you guys were in the Super Bowl, man. Hey, when you guys won that Super Bowl where that motherfucker intercepted that football on the fucking goal line, that shit was probably some of the best shit I've ever seen in my life, dude.
Versus Atlanta?
No, well, that one against Atlanta was disgusting. If I was the coach of the Atlanta Falcons, I'd have shot myself in the head. You know what I mean? Dude, I'm talking about when old boy intercepted the ball on the goal line against the Seahawks. Instead of running Marshawn Lynch, he threw that fucking ball inside the 2 and got picked off. That shit was nasty. Fuck
I'll tell you what.
Fuck New England and Tom Brady. And John LaLiberte, for that matter. Fuck you, you fucker. Fuck you and all your Super Bowls, bro. I ain't trying to hear that shit. You and liking your winning teams and shit.
Hey, do you know how many diamonds the Super Bowl they won against Atlanta? How many diamonds are on their ring?
1?
283.
Really?
For 28-3.
Wow.
For 28-3. Best shit ever, bro. I love football.
My wife is a huge Patriots fan.
Oh, so your wife's fucking not cool either.
No, she's a huge Patriots fan, so everybody asked me, well, what team do you like? I said, anybody playing the Patriots.
Right.
So in my house, dude, it's nuts. My wife will come out in the Patriots jersey, and everybody's like, boo.
Yeah, next time I get your wife on the phone,
Where are you in Naples, Mark?
No, I'm a Dolphin. The Dolphins suck, but I'm a fan because I grew up here.
No,
Miami Dolphins, buddy. Only undefeated team. Perfect season, bitch.
What was that, like 1932, motherfucker? Shut the fuck up.
No, it was like 72.
You might as well.
Before my time.
Hey, you got as much right talking shit about football as I do, Mark. So stop it.
That's true. I'm sitting here just laughing.
Whatever, man. Football was invented right here on the forward pass. The very first forward pass thrown in football was right here on the beach in Cedar Point. Look that shit up.
Yeah, right.
Look it up, asshole.
Yeah. No.
His name was Newt Rockney. His name was Newt Rockney, and the first forward pass was thrown on Cedar Point Beach, motherfucker. Look it up. Look it up.
How the fuck do you know?
Because I'm from Sandusky. Because I'm from Sandusky, and football is fucking life in Ohio, bro. Football is life in Ohio. Newt Rockney. Look it up. First forward pass was thrown on Cedar Point Beach. Look it up. Look it up.
Yeah.
Canton, Ohio, man, where the fucking Hall of Fame's at, man. You guys know anything about football, or just like I like the
Ohio State sucks ass.
No, we don't.
I know that much.
No, we don't. That's a lie.
You had the Florida Gators coach. Come on,
dude. We were good before that, man. Where the fuck you been? How old are you? 12?
I already told you how old I was.
28.
If you would remember something.
Keep it quiet over there, Junior.
Stop hitting the bong, and maybe you would remember my age. Come on, man.
I don't hit no water dongs, dude. That was a long time ago. I haven't hit a water dong in a long time, bro. Hey, I'm telling you right now, you guys think I'm bullshitting. Look that shit up. Look it up.
I just did. I'm looking it up as we speak, and I'm not seeing anything.
On what? Where do you look? Are you
what's
trying
the name
to?
Of the
are you
Cedar
searching?
Beach?
Are you searching that shit on the stereo of that fucking Jeep over there? I know you ain't got no fucking computer, Mark. You liar.
It just said no. The first
Cedar
ruptured
Point.
anus was on Cedar Beach.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. It wasn't on Cedar Beach, so I think that's probably down there where you are. It's probably in your backyard.
Listen, Teej, I'll take your word
Fuck
for
you
it. I
with that
believe
Teej shit. Your Teej card's been fucking yanked. I can't believe you guys don't believe me, man. I'm for real, man. I'm for real. Everything cool comes from Ohio, man. Look that shit up. Look
No,
up.
it doesn't.
Yes, it does, bro. Yes, it does, bro.
Forrest Gump is cool, and he didn't come from freaking Ohio.
Who?
Forrest Gump, dude. Come on.
Come on, man. Listen, bro. Neil Armstrong is from Ohio.
What
The
about-
Wright
what
brothers.
about-
The
what-
Wright
what
brothers
about
are
Dolly-
from Ohio.
Dolly Parton and Hank.
All she's got is big
Williams
titties, bro.
and-
Nobody cares about that. Big titties are. You can get big titties anywhere now. You can go to the store and get big titties. That might have been cool. That might have been cool back in the 70s. You can go buy titties now. I mean, what's special about big titties?
Well, listen. We got Florida. We have Molly Hatchet, Leonard Skinner, Blackfoot. Okay, way better than that fine
Blackfoot.
Joey.
They made one cool album with one cool fucking song on it. Highway Song. That's the only fucking song they did that was good. Tell me I'm wrong.
No,
Oh, get the fuck out here, Mark. I'm ending the podcast. This guy's high. You forgot. Hey, you forgot to put the cap on the gas can. You're huffing fumes, bro.
Listen,
Can't
settle
do
down,
that.
little small man.
Little small.
Settle
man.
down.
Right. Okay.
Listen,
Mark's like 5'5", talking shit
He's
right now.
he's turning all red, bro. He's turning all red. Look at him.
no. Listen. What famous band comes from Ohio?
The Ohio State University band, the best damn band in the land. What?
Those guys are a bunch of blowhards.
Come on, dude. Come on,
Because
dude.
we're not a bunch of fucking bums like the guys in Florida getting drunk all day, smoking weed, laying on the fucking beach. We're up here fucking first in flight, going to the fucking moon, making the first nuclear fucking reactor. We do all that shit here in Ohio, man. Look that shit up. We're too busy playing football to be, yo, man, let's make some music, bro. Fucking queers.
I think I gotta have to move.
I don't.
Hey,
What?
four-wheel drive was invented in Ohio. I thought you knew that.
Bullshit.
no.
I call bullshit on that for sure.
Yeah, no.
Hey.
You got me to change my. What?
Flight did originate here, though. The Wright brothers are from Ohio.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Orville.
Neil Armstrong is from Ohio. He was the first man on the moon. What else you want me to say? Do you want me? Hey, if you want me to, man, dude. I'm about to blow you guys up. I'm tired of you hoes. Talking shit on Ohio. Don't you ever talk about Ohio.
He's the home of Captain Kangaroo.
Hey, he actually, Captain Kangaroo is from here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him.
Yeah. Guess which city fucking Superman was invented in? Cleveland. Now what? Anything else you'd like to say?
Dude, that
It's
bitch
all right.
came from another planet.
Even LeBron leaves.
The best basketball player ever is from fucking Ohio. LeBron James.
What? Superman came from where? Krypton, Ohio?
No, numbnuts.
Came from another planet.
Numbnuts. The guys that fucking invented Superman are from Ohio, bro.
Superman wasn't invented. He's a real person.
You're fucking high, dude. You're high just like fucking what's his name's. I can't remember his name.
Y'all got a lot more window cleaners than we do, though. I'll say that.
'cause we're cool and you're not.
Yeah.
No.
Cool in the
Okay.
gang.
See, look, that was the first one that came up too. Hey, the first fucking ambulance service was created in Ohio. You fucked you. The cash
Pee-wee
register. The cash register. Shh, just
Pee-wee-
listen.
I'm
You
looking
stop.
right here.
Stop and
Pee Wee
listen.
Herman.
Pee Wee
Richard
Herman.
Simmons.
Yep. Richard Simmons.
There's a
Yep.
whole flock of homos that
Yep.
came from Ohio.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
The first pop top can. All you guys that like to drink beer, thank Ohio, because we invented the aluminum can, the pop top on the top. Eat a dick.
Back in
The
the
first
pirate
hey,
days.
the first
fuck?
traffic light was fucking was in Cleveland, Ohio. Eat a dick.
Yep. The kickstand
Akron,
was
Ohio.
invented in
Hey,
Ohio.
Akron, Ohio was the first fucking city to use police cars. Eat a dick. Akron's the rubber capital of the world. Eat a dick.
Yep.
Cleveland is the home of the Rock
So
and
it's
Roll
no
Hall
big-
of Fame. Eat a dick.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame sucks.
Yep.
That's a joke.
Whatever, bro. I ain't trying to hear that shit. 7 U.S. presidents were born in Ohio. Eat a dick. The first full-time automobile service station was from Ohio. Eat a dick.
Yep.
Yep.
My state's better than your state.
Well, I'm just saying, you guys started it.
No.
Yep. Thomas Alva Edison is from Ohio. Eat a dick.
I think we lost John.
We lost John. Fuck John.
He was the best.
Jesse Owens is from Cleveland, Ohio. Eat a dick.
Yeah.
Yep. Anything else you'd like to know?
No, I'm good with Ohio. I'll have to come visit.
Yep. You'll have to come visit. Come witness greatness in Ohio.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a big traveling man. I've been to a handful of states. That's it.
Yeah. And none of them are Ohio, so you ain't been nowhere, really.
No.
Nope.
No. I have to say.
Come to Ohio once, I guarantee you, bro. I guarantee you'll never want to go anywhere else in your whole life. You're gonna be like, man, I'm moving my fucking window cleaning company to Ohio because this is the best shit I've ever seen in my whole life.
Sounds good.
Oh my God, this guy's back. Great. So, John, John LaLiberte is back. LaLiberte, which you know, it looks exactly the way it sounds. John LaLiberte.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it means. Is the freedom.
Oh, the freedom. John, the freedom. Oh man, I can see what. Oh man, Larry Lasco unblocked me. That's cool. Now I can see what
that guy's a debater. He's a big debater. That one.
He's a big masturbator. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
He's not. I can't see nothing he says. I've done had him blocked for a while.
I can't do it with that guy.
Who
the fuck you putting on? Listen, man, don't be sharing no fucking pictures of no naked chicks or nothing on my podcast, dude.
I don't even know what the hell is even going on here.
Stop touching buttons. So,
shit, bro.
So, you're in Florida now, cleaning windows, hanging from buildings now, John. Are you living in a trailer out at your mom and dad's house? Are you a camper?
No, I'm staying in a camper. My parents actually brought it down here from Pensacola for me to stay in because rent's so fucking expensive.
Oh, that's cool, man. I was wondering what was up there. I was like, man, that looks like a nice camper there.
It's practically brand new and they don't use it.
Yeah, and Mark is off the fucking camera again. I even had to tell somebody 1,000 times to stay on the camera. Fucking Mark Tanner.
Yeah, I'm at people.
I'm on the camera.
I'm staying at the KOA Lion Safari in Loxahatchee.
Oh, that's right out by me.
Oh,
You're
really?
driving all the way to Pompano every day?
It's like 53 miles.
Yeah, all the way to Pompano.
That's only because that's where the job is. I mean, we work all over.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Well, when you finish that, when you finish your caulking job, right, and you and your boss get a breather, hit me up. We'll go to lunch, and we'll trash Ohio.
Fuck
I'm down for that.
First of all, you can't trash Ohio because we're the shit. Hey, I want you to tell me where else in the world have you seen a fucking river catch fire? Not anywhere but Ohio, so eat a dick. That's
Philadelphia set their city on fire all the time.
Not the city, the fucking water. We caught the water on fire here because we don't fuck around. When we pollute,
because you got so much shit in the water.
Exactly. Fuck. John the Freedom's about to get booted off my fucking podcast. Well, it was super cool having you on, John. You're not a very talkative guy. Mark just fucking turned his fucking camera off for whatever reason.
Yeah, no, I'm back.
Whatever, dude.
Trying to get John back on.
I'm talkative, but I mean, I've been listening, and you know.
Right? Is there any particular reason why you wanted to be on the podcast, or you just wanted to be on the podcast? You wanted to be one of the cool kids?
I don't know. I just wanted to talk and listen to see and I don't know, learn some stuff, man. I like learning
what
stuff.
are you gonna learn from? I mean, you might learn some shit from Mark. You ain't learning shit from me.
Well,
I have nothing to
then
teach. I mean, I fucking suck at just about everything I do. So
I like being part of the outlaw group, and I don't know.
Oh yeah, man. You know, that's the. I tell you what, that's a pretty good fucking play. We're up over 1,000 members now. It's growing every day. We've even got Tradman in our group now. What a coup that we just pulled over. That dude, you know, Tradman. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he's even in our group, man. We are fucking hard body karate. Now all we need is Luke the window cleaner, and then we'll be the best.
Oh man,
ever.
let's not start on that subject again.
Oh,
Jesus Christ! I said some unfortunate things, and that went downhill.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, dude, unfortunately, a lot of guys, like even Todd is not a fan of that dude. Like a lot of guys, he rubs the wrong way, especially high-rise guys. That's just automatically going to be a head bump there, you know, because he's such a fucking twat waffle. He's so arrogant, it's just gross. Just an arrogant guy.
When I see him take down the, you know, start attacking like all the sites and stuff, all the YouTube channels, I'm like, dude, what the hell? Because like, I like watching the videos. That shit was funny as hell. I'll be watching during lunch every day, and all of a sudden now they're all gone. Like, dude, you just fucked my lunch, bro. Like, that ain't about to happen, bro. That is not about to happen. Shit's about to get serious. And so I told them some shit, and then I'm getting plastered all over WCR and whatever. I never liked them to begin with. I was always in there causing turmoil.
Yeah, that's Mark Tanner's favorite group. He's still a member there. He's their number one fan. He's a fucking secret security plant. This motherfucker.
I'm a spy.
He's a fucking spy. This guy.
Is he over there hanging out with Benji?
Yeah. Dude, I wish. Hey, dude, I want to get that dude on the podcast so fucking bad, but he probably ain't got no internets or nothing.
Dude, you need to, and I want to sit there and
we'll
watch that too.
We'll have to send him a fucking. We'll have to send him like a phone card for his internet, because you know he got to fucking pay for it. You know what I'm talking about? One of them fucking net 10s from Walmart.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's all bullshit that he ain't got something going on. That guy is unbelievable entertainment. He's got. Remember, I sent you some screenshots. He's got highs and lows like holy shit. You know, I mean, like one day he's ready to kill himself, and the next day he's at Home Depot buying another pressure washer.
I'm
like,
dude, the dude is hilarious. Like, yeah, he's hilarious.
He's good entertainment. He's good entertainment. But I'm going to be honest with you. Once again, in a little bit of trouble on Facebook, and I've really considered, you know, because for me, I'm tired of. Guess what I had for lunch today? And, you know, I'm on my 12th taco. You know, who gives a fuck? If it wasn't for Outlaws, I'd probably just shut it down completely because I'm so over looking at all this stupid and so much negativity. You know, I sat there, I told you, TJ, watching TV, I took myself out of like 10 to 15 groups that I didn't even know I was in, you know, just like carpet cleaning shit and this and that. And all these guys hitting you up, and then you look at him, and he's some kind of motivational speaker or a marketing guy.
Those guys are fucking terrible, man.
Yeah, just leave me.
I just had to weed my group out of a lot of those.
Yeah, they're just dudes that just like, you know, fuck, man. Like Kevin the window cleaner, guys like that.
Yeah. Now, look, you got to be first of all to name yourself. You know, doubtful. Kevin, doubtful his last name is the window cleaner. But that said, you're a dick. That's what you are.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, look, I would like...
What about Josh the window cleaner?
Which one?
Josh, hey, my no, not anymore. My buddy Josh Show from Akron, that's the name of his company, Josh the window cleaner.
Yeah, but that's different.
I've seen like 4 of them though. I've seen like 4 Josh the window cleaner.
Yeah, but this is my Josh.
Oh, okay.
Is the original.
Oh God.
But Josh, hey, Josh doesn't have a fucking YouTube channel called Josh the window cleaner. Or Luke the window.
Yeah,
Hi, I'm Luke the window cleaner. Yeah, well, I'm Kevin the window cleaner.
TJ, do you carry as much shit on you like Luke the window cleaner does when you do residential? Do you have like a tool apron and like 15 squeegees?
I've got my standard setup is 12 or an 18-inch washer, a 16 or a 16-inch brass channel, and a 12-inch channel on a fucking under 0 degree handle. That's what I carry for everything. 16-inch, 12-inch. That's it. I don't have like a fucking Batman utility belt full of shit. No. 2 rags.
Like the dude's there to clean windows. It looks like he's about to go frame a house.
Yeah. He's like fucking. Only thing he's missing is a glass kiln and a fucking blast furnace to make his own glass. That's the only thing he lacks.
You ever see these guys? They go, for those of you that do storefronts, let's see what's in your cart. And this guy's got like a wagon with screwdrivers and a caulking gun and 12 poles and 17 squeegee channels. And I'm like, you heft that fucking thing around? You look like a fucking homeless person pushing that down the street.
I mean, I've got a full set of shit, and I got my whole I've got an arsenal for 2 guys in my toolbox, but I don't I don't have it all.
Yeah, but you don't have to carry it.
Yeah, I don't have like a fucking a bandoleer's harness like with bullets. Like I got a fucking channel. Like I've got I like these guys that cut a channel for like they get 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch, 6 inch. It's like, dude,
they got the
fucking idiot.
They got the knife. They got the bag that they use for knives and shit, and it's all squeegee channels.
Yeah. I never got
I bought this wrench holder at Harbor Freight. It holds 174 channels. Look at me. You look like a fucking idiot.
You got every channel by the 1/4 inch.
Yeah, man, that's just too much, man.
Now, the first thing I do when I get to a house is I measure all the windows. Then I go back and take my measurements and start hacksawing up a channel so I have a full pole and rag detail. I walk in with 174 towels. Fucking idiot. Holy shit.
I can't even use Nitori, man. It just doesn't work in my hand. I don't know. I ain't figured it out or something.
A lot of fellers like that. It's like a lot of people like to go like extreme hard body on everything. It's got to be like the toolbox with a stepladder to get to the top shelf. You know what I mean? Everywhere they go. They gotta fucking get a pack mule to get their window cleaning tools to the fucking job site.
I'll tell you a funny story. I met a guy in 2004 at the trade show that was in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, and he was local to me. He was he was probably 15 miles south. Masterpiece window cleaning. Okay, guy named Scott. I just noticed he had a 561 area code on his shirt, so I started talking to him. He's like, "Oh, we're strictly residential. I've only been in business, a year." But long story short, I go, "Well, give me a call sometime. We'll go to lunch." We go to lunch. He calls me the next few days. He's like, "Could you spare a couple guys? I got this house. It's really huge. I could use some help." So I'm like, "Okay, I'll give you 2 guys, and we decide on a price." And my guys go to this house, and I show up, just to see what's going on, and he's not there. So I meet these 2 flunkies that work for him, and I go, "Where's Scott?" "Oh, Scott doesn't wash windows. Scott's in the office." And I'm like, this guy's been in business for like less than 2 years, and he's got an office, and he's got 2 employees. He must be setting the world on fire. This is someone I want to get to know, okay? So I call him up. I'm like, "Dude, my guys finished the job. I'll give you an invoice. And I'd like to get together and talk." So he goes, "Well, come to my warehouse where my office is, and we'll hook up." So he gives me address. I go down there. Okay, dude, he opens the door on the warehouse, and it's like 12 by 20 warehouse. Nothing special, but decent. And he has pegboard on the wall. Okay, and I'm not lying to you, TJ. He had on the wall all these hooks, and then he had like an under, Ergotech, and then in front of it was a brass squeegee. And then in front of that was the one, with the pivot handle. And he had every size going down. He had 300 brand squeegees on the wall. Okay, he had a 55-gallon drum full of extension poles. He had
Holy
washers. It looked like
crap.
a showroom. It looked like a showroom for a store that was selling the products. So I said, what the fuck is all this? He says, well, my dad gave me money. He said, you either go to college or start a business. So I figured I would outfit the fucking world for window cleaning in here. Holy shit. Long story short, I go, you've accomplished a lot in less than 2 years that you don't have to go out and swing a squeegee anymore. Oh, no, I'm not a window cleaner. I'm a business owner. Okay, within a year, he was done, out of business, history. And here's the cool part. He calls me up. He goes, I'm moving out of state. He goes, and all that shit in my warehouse has got to go. So I go, okay, what are you talking about here? He goes, 50 cents on the dollar for everything. Bring your catalog so we can look up prices. So I went down there with like $2,000 in cash. And I know the basic price of certain things, handles and squeegees and channels. I start stacking all this shit in a box, okay? And I'm waiting. And I said to myself, okay, this is like $1,500. Let's see how he reacts because I've got $2,000, okay? So I go, okay, this is $1,500 worth of tools. So that's worth $750. He goes, oh, that shit ain't that ain't $750 worth of tools. That's like $300 worth of tools. And I'm like, okay. I said, I'll tell you what. Tell me what I could get for right? Dude, I'm not lying to you, TJ. He knew it wasn't going to go anywhere else. Who the fuck is going to buy all that shit?
Right.
I still some of it. But I'm like, that's the typical guy that gets in, has no fucking clue what he's doing, doesn't want to get out and work, hires 2 guys. I'm like, you're paying 2 guys to do $300 houses.
Yeah, dude,
they better
what
be
the fuck,
for
man.
3 in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah,
guy.
but
There's a guy here locally that is kind of like that. He's like, I'm too busy in the office to get out and clean windows. I need some help, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
What?
No.
I worked for a guy like that.
Listen, if the fucking
window cleaning
if I ain't
was
got nobody
exactly
to clean,
like that.
yeah, if I ain't got nobody to clean the windows, and I own a window cleaning business, who the fuck's gonna clean the windows?
Yeah, exactly. Well,
you got to go out and clean the windows, sir. He's not doing
that hard.
He's not the guy. This gentleman, he's not doing too good here local. He's not doing very well. But they start out like that. You know what I mean? Either he'll get that and then fix it, or he won't. You know what I mean? And then there's other guys that that do that shit, and some of them succeed and pull it off. But this guy here in town, not so much. Not doing so well.
Now, look, I worked by myself for almost 3 years before I put somebody on. And that was a struggle because now you're making a payroll and you got to give up. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, I'm crossing that.
Were you doing high rise that whole time?
Yeah, I was. Well, I don't believe in putting one person on a building. No matter if it's rope work, you got to have someone with you. So I had a couple guys that would work for $150 a day. And I would pay them to come out and be with me, and they were proficient window cleaners for as long as I could. And then my first employee came right out of the Air Force, and I trained him on the ground for 3 or 4 months, and then we put him on a rope, and he took to it like a duck to water. He was right there, and he loved it. And then it brought another person and another person, and that the first hurdle of getting over the first employee, giving up, money to pay someone and trying to grow fast enough to replace his pay and keep him busy, was a huge challenge. Once you get past that, it becomes better. And then, obviously you deal with employee issues and stuff. But, we've gone around and round and round about all that before.
I think I just seen Bigfoot behind your Jeep there.
He is. Yeah, he is. It's Gilbert.
Oh, fuck
Come here,
off.
It's Gilbert.
I'm running.
I can't even see his video.
It's because he don't want you to see him. Yeah, I see Gilbert. I see him. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Your wife's Jeep. Yeah. Hey, look at me. I'm Mark Tanner. Look at all my fucking cars and shit. Listen, look at my gold squeegee. Hi, my name's Mark. I just went out and Mark today just went out today and bought fucking 2 pairs of shorts that ain't jorts. So whatever.
Oh my God! Come on, jorts. Jesus Christ. What in the... No. those new belt shoes, and that's for my time.
Listen, man.
Hey,
No, sir.
Hey,
You won't catch me wearing that shit.
We can barely catch what you're saying.
yeah. Your face freezes up. It always freezes up when you look like a fucking Mongolic.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, can I tell a joke, TJ?
Yeah.
I got a joke.
Yeah.
I find this one funny. So, a full-figured woman in a sleeveless house coat walks into a bar. Stands up and yells, "Who wants to buy me a drink?" Pointing her arm in the air. "Who wants to buy me a drink?" So everybody knows she's got this big, nasty, hairy armpit. The bar goes silent in awkward silence. And the drunk at the end of the bar slams his hand down on the bar and he goes, "Give the ballerina a drink." So bartender hands the woman a shot. About 2 minutes later, she raises up her arm, showing off that big, nasty armpit. "Who wants to buy me a drink?" Drunk at the end of the bar slams his hand down on the bar and says, "Give the ballerina a drink." Bartender hands her a shot. Bartender walks over to the drunk at the end of the bar and goes, "Hey, man, what's your deal?" He says, "What do you mean?" He says, "Well, first of all, why do you keep calling her a ballerina?" He goes, "Any woman that can lift her leg that high has got to be a ballerina."
Oh, my God.
Oh, Lord. Lordy. That's terrible, sir. That's terrible.
You got any Bigfoot sightings lately, TJ?
No Bigfoot sightings, man. Bigfoot, I mean, I don't know, we can't find Bigfoot anymore. Nobody likes the Bigfoot moment with T Squeegee. Nobody likes that.
I do.
I had to nix it from the program. No more.
We
got to get rid of fucking this John the Freedom first.
Oh, come on, man.
Once we get rid of John the Freedom, then we'll do a Bigfoot moment. I can't take anything seriously with fucking John the Freedom fucking looking at me and laughing and shit all the time.
So let me ask you, John, what is without you exposing, to your company, what's your plan? Are you planning to stay in South Florida? Are you planning to ride this as long as you can? You're planning to do your own thing? You're planning to, what exactly, do you have any idea what? Because I know, dude, I don't follow you around, but I know you got into some shit with guys that weren't paying you or deadbeat companies and whatnot. And do you have any plan, or you're just going to keep riding this? And does the Squeegee Squad local have enough work to keep you busy for a full-time job?
I mean, as far as with me coming down here, they've kept me pretty busy. Tomorrow I'm actually doing residential, so I mean, which I'm cool with that too, because then I ain't got to stand on a swing stage all day.
Yeah.
But in the long run, I do want to do it for myself. If this doesn't work out with them down here, I'm still gonna stay down here. I mean, I love it down here.
Yeah.
I mean, this has been a dream to come down to South Florida and hang off of buildings, and now I'm here doing it. So I'm gonna stick with it, if it doesn't work out with them, I'll go somewhere else, or I'll go and do it for myself, subbing out to people.
I mean, do you know offhand if other markets, such as where you were before, possibly not pay as far as your pay for your week's work, but like, do the buildings up north pay more than they do down here, or are you not privy to that information?
Up in North Florida?
No, out of state.
I'm not really sure. I haven't really, when I was in Myrtle Beach, I got to see the invoices, and it almost seemed like everything was underbid up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually used to work for a guy that Joe Hardy actually started working with at one time, and Joe Hardy stopped working with him and branched out and did his own thing. But I mean, and now Joe Hardy has all of his buildings, so.
Yeah. That's the curious thing to me are the different markets, because I mean, in residential, it's so all over the place. You got guys that are claiming $10 and $15 per side of a window. We don't get near that here, even on a building. I mean, I charge by the drop depending on how long the drop's going to take, and it's pretty simple. That's kind of cut and dry on how I price things, and I think a lot of my competition does.
Right.
But you know,
that aspect of things like pricing jobs, I really have no clue. Like when I was working with my brother, he did it by the drop too, and even still, I didn't have that much experience or even much understanding to it.
yeah.
He's done the whole window count thing, and just in general in commercial, I've heard commercial is a lot cheaper than residential, which doesn't make sense to me because
Well, dealing with somebody at their home is different than dealing with a management company or a building owner. That's the bottom line, you know. I mean, look, if someone hires TJ and they keep bringing him back every 3 months, it's because they love his work. At that point, the price is almost irrelevant in someone's house. A building and homeowners live on a budget as well. But, you know, I know some of the houses, TJ cleans those lake houses, you know, it ain't going to break them to do it. Whereas a building, you know, look, I get what do they call them, RFPs from a lot of management companies, and I'm about to just not even bid them because I never get the work. You know, I'm like, we need to. I was down in Hollywood, which you know where that is. That's south of where you're working. And I'm like, why am I even looking at this? I'm not going to get it because the guys are going to cut it to ribbons. And I wonder what happens if I just decline the proposal and see how they react to that versus, you know, I always like to give a price simply because if you ask me, I'm going to give you a price. That's my business. And, or, you know, send them a freaking ridiculously low price and just see what happens. Because I think a lot of these companies use other bids to take their existing vendor and beat them up with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
from what I heard, the closer you get to Miami, a lot of these high-rise companies will like underbid because they're paying their workers next to nothing because obviously they're illegals or whichever else. You know what I mean? And my boss tries to stay away from Miami, Fort Lauderdale, just simply because of that fact.
Well, I don't know about Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale's got some heavy hitters that are making a nice living. But downtown Miami, where the big, you know, 65-story buildings are, those jobs I know for a fact are cut to ribbons. They get a third of what we get up here in Palm Beach for a building that's 50 and 60 stories. I'm doing buildings for 20 stories for the same money. They can have that all day long.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, they've beat each up over the head.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Yeah. So, I mean, that's cool and all, but have you ever fucking ate a jelly donut in a fucking in a McDonald's when you weren't supposed to?
All the time.
Oh. I
thought
I might have been the only one.
I was in Boston one time working with my wife. We were visiting family up there in New England, and we're driving down the road, and we drive by a Dunkin' Donuts. I see these two guys jump out of and they got, you know, all their winter gear on, and I see them reach into the back of the truck, and they grab buckets, and I'm like, pull in here. Why? Because those guys are going to wash windows. I got to see this. And I come pulling in. I'm like, hey, man, I do that in Florida. And he's like, then you're not a window cleaner. I said, what? And he goes, a window cleaner. I said, dude, I know you guys get more money for your work up here, but there's probably no amount of money that would pay me. I would reach into that bucket right now, man. Y'all are nuts in that.
You're a vagina. So
I started doing high rise in Minneapolis, hanging off of buildings in negative 20 degrees. Screw that. Nope, never again. I will not. No. Nope.
No.
That cold shit, y'all can have that.
That's cool. I'll take all the monies.
Yeah.
I'll take all the monies.
Then get your ass in that chair, then, TJ.
I would have to get a high strength tensile like fucking cable for me to repel.
They got 30,000 pound steel cables.
That's what I would need.
Now I'll tell you this:
if I can do high rise work on a log chain, I'll do it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Look, TJ's got it right. He's figured out how to make a nice living without doing all that. And I say that because now, though I have some really good guys working for me, at 50 years old, I have no desire to climb over a wall anymore. I did it for 15 years. I think I was pretty good at it. The guys that work for me are amazing at it. Okay, but now I have to look at it as I have no choice but to keep them around. You understand what I'm saying? Because I ain't doing no more. I have, for me, over time, buying a house, getting married, having kids, start to look around. Yep, it's just another building. It's just another address, another piece of rope, another 20-story drop. I'm done. And so now I have no choice but to pay them to do it. So TJ's in a good direction because he can do this for another 25 years, 30 years if he wants to, and I have enough groundwork that if I went on my own and got rid of the buildings and sold them off or whatever, or, I could make a nice living standing on the ground. But you got to be careful, because if you're 100% reliant on your labor, that's not a great place to be.
Right.
That's why I've never put my bucket down. I love what I do.
Right.
Yeah,
well, not only that, it also keeps everything in perspective as well. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Still getting out and doing it, because you kind of get detached, from working with people, for people for a long time, window cleaning, custom home construction. When the boss leaves the field and goes to the office, after a while he tends to lose touch of what it takes to get shit done, and then you're out there.
They get relaxed.
And then you get out there and then you start having guys do shit that you would never do to yourself. You know what I mean? You'd never be like, man, fuck that. I ain't doing that if you were the guy doing it. But when you're not the guy doing it anymore, you're like, just go do this. You know what I mean? And it got to like on a couple of different jobs that I've had, it's just been like, like, man, did this guy even fucking come and look at this fucking shit? Or, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, what in the fuck do you want me to do here? And then it's like either you get it done or, I'll find someone else to get it done. You know what I mean?
See, I
run into fucking guys like that. You know what I mean? So
that's how my boss was from out of Atlanta. He bid the job in San Antonio. We should have been doing it by a swing station. Dude has us hanging in a chair with over 400 foot of pressure hose hanging from our chair.
Yeah, that's not safe.
I mean, that's not safe at all. And I told him from the get-go, we need a stage, and he would never get one.
Well, it's because he bid it for without paying $3,000 a month for a stage. That's why.
Right.
He underbid the job by
$20,000. Yeah. That's look. I work for a guy. We'd show up for a Saturday job, okay. And he'd be like, help me put the 40 on the truck. We'd load a 40-foot ladder up. We'd be on our way. And it'd be just me and him. And I'd go,
a 40 of what? Cobra or Magnum or like Old English? What? A 40 of, sorry.
Louisville Type 3 extension. And I say,
fiberglass?
No, it's metal. Aluminum. He'd say to me, I say, what are we going to do today? And he'd say, we got this 4-story medical building that can only go on the weekend. And I go, well, how are we going to do the 4th floor? And he goes, well, that's why we brought the 40. And I'm like, now this is a man that owns the company, but he sits in the office. Mm-hmm. I go, well, how do you plan to get the 4th floor when that ladder goes 36 feet high and you got to put 6 feet off the wall? Oh, no, it'll reach. I've already looked at it. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, man. That's straight up and down, dude.
Dude, straight up and down doesn't get you to the bottom of the window.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Exactly.
So we get there, right? And he goes, I go, dude, we should have brought ropes. Well, they're not paying for a rope job. And I go, they're paying for clean windows. Who gives a fuck how we do it? He goes to me, sorry about it. I got it. This is no lie. Ask Dave Casnocha, because Dave knows this guy. He worked for him. He lays the ladder down on the ground and takes a 12-foot headpiece from the piece ladders, and he ties the rungs together.
Oh, my God.
Dude, shut the fuck up, dude. Shut up, dude. No, he didn't.
I'm not kidding.
No, he didn't. Are you?
Dude, where would I come up with it?
I don't know. I don't know. You're crazy, man. Dude,
I don't know, man. It sounds like
dude.
some shit somebody that
is probably the sketchiest shit I've ever heard in my life.
That sounds like something my brother would do, to be honest with you.
Hey, you're both friends with Dave Casnocha. He knows what I'm talking about because he worked for that guy longer than I did.
Oh, shit.
Let me get back. Dude. He stands the ladder up and he pulls the thing up, and I go, I ain't fucking climbing that. And he goes, why not? And I go, I'll tell you what. Now, this guy was like 375 pounds. I go, you climb the ladder first, and you make it work. You fucking wash a window. I'll climb. He lays the thing on the ladder. It literally laid flat on the, went like this. I go, you got to be fucking kidding me. I go, you own this company. You're paying me for Saturday whether we do anything or not. And we're not prepared for this job because you have no fucking clue what you're doing. I said, and I'm going to tell you now, I ain't fucking climbing that. No way, no how. Oh, the rope is very strong. I go, I'm not climbing that shit.
Hell no.
I would have been like, I'd have been like,
was this guy in Florida?
Yeah, he's local to me.
Oh my god.
He's still around.
Oh, hell no.
So if he's local to you, then that means that he's local to me. Who is this guy? So I don't want to work for him.
We can't reveal that kind of information.
Oh man, send it to me in a private message.
On the podcast.
Well, I'll tell you
Send
what.
it to me in a private message.
That's privileged information.
Yeah, no, we go to lunch. I'll tell you who it is, but no, this guy was, but he's still around. You know, I mean, I don't know how somebody hasn't died.
Jesus Christ, that's so crazy, man.
Yeah. Well,
I've seen some sketchy shit before. This dude I work for, he put a fucking. This motherfucker put a fucking. he put an extension ladder in a fucking scissor lift. He's like,
oh my god,
we're going up. I get up in the scissor lift and he comes up and he's got a 16-foot fucking extension ladder. He's carrying on his shoulder and he starts walking. I'm like, what are you doing with that? He goes, well, we ain't gonna be able to reach the windows in this. I'm like, dude, we are fucking 8 feet away from the wall. What in the fuck are you gonna do with that? He's like, I'm gonna lean it up against the wall. I'm like, dude, I'm not doing that. He goes, why not? I was like, no fucking way am I doing that, dude. He's like, why? I was like, because first of all, there's a good chance we could tip this fucking scissor lift over with all that fucking, force side going that side. I was like, you cannot do that. Dude, it'll be fine. I'm like, listen, I ain't doing that. This motherfucker's like, fine, I'll fucking do it then. So this motherfucker leans this ladder up against the fucking wall, and he goes to start to get up on it, and the fucking lift starts pushing, and he's like, oh, I don't think we're going to be able to do this. I'm like, oh, you think, motherfucker? I was like, what do you want to do? You want to fucking, I'll tell you what, this is what we'll do. Go to the truck and get the ratchet strap, and we'll throw the ratchet strap over the beam on the wall there, and I'll just ratchet strap the fucking scissor lift to the building. He's like, that's a good idea. I was like, dude, it was a fucking joke, man. You can't, I mean, what are we doing here, dude? What are we doing here, dude?
no.
I've seen some sketchy,
right
I've seen some sketchy shit for her. This dude the dude that showed me how to clean fucking windows the proper way, this high-rise guy, we got this big ass water park, and this, I think it's got to be, I don't know, close to like 60, 70 foot ceilings in here, and about halfway, I don't know, like 2/3 of the way up, or I'm each third of the building, there's a ledge, a girder, where, the siding, the aluminum siding's fucking screwed to for this water park, and, I don't know, these fucking windows were all the way at the top of the fucking roof, and this dude goes over the ledge and walks that fucking girder with no arrest system, nothing. Yep. Just walks right out on the edge, and just do. Turn around, he's like, hey man, throw me my squeegee. I forgot. So I was like, dude, I'm not. He's like, I'll be fine. Just throw me the squeegee. Don't be a pussy. I throw him the squeegee. He catches it. He does these 4 fucking windows. Walks 25 foot back. Hops the fucking rail back to the stairs, and we left. Yeah. All because he didn't want to. I was like, I don't want to. I was like, well, let's just get the lift back in there. I don't want to move all that shit. He didn't want to move tables and chairs to get the lift back there. He's like, I'll just walk the beam. I'm like, dude. I'm not doing. I was like, dude, I can't be around. He's like, well, I gotta have some. I was like, what am I gonna do? Watch you fall and die, motherfucker?
I mean, I've done that before a time or two.
I'm here to tell you you're a fucking retard. So there's
that. I don't do it anymore. But back in my beginning days, I didn't have no problem getting out there on the beam and doing whatever I had to do.
We have a building that we still clean that has a 70-foot tall. It's actually 90 to the peak, but it's at the 70 foot. There's a perimeter of lights and a 12-inch wide I-beam, and they paid us to change all the lights, to retrofit the lights from these old halogen bulbs into LEDs. And it was all you had to do was sit on the beam. You turn the light facing up, and then take out these clamps and. But the first thing I did was walk out on that beam carrying 150 foot of rope, and we wove it all the way around the perimeter and made a dog line, which is still there to this day. Okay. And I'm tied off, and you walk along, you just drag a carabiner with you and then go across the beams, 2 carabiners on a lanyard, and you sit down and you grab the lamp and you change it. All of a sudden I feel the beam, when someone walks on it, you can feel the vibration. I turn around and one of the building engineers is walking up behind me without a harness, without anything.
Oh, boy.
Like, what the hell are you doing? And he goes, well, they only hired you because they don't want me doing this anymore. I've done this 10 times. I go, listen to me. I'm not impressed. I go, you need to get off my beam now. Give me the bulbs. We set up a pulley, and we'd lower the bulbs in a bucket down to the ground, and one would take the old bulbs out, put new ones in, and we pull it back up. And it took 3 days to change all the lights. He's like, yeah, I could have done it in a day and a half. And I go, and you could be dead. Don't you have a family? I mean, people do stupid shit all the time. And my company, dude, we don't have none of that. Absolutely not. If you're going to save 15 minutes by not walking to the truck and getting your harness, you might as well get in the truck and go home. That's the way I look at it.
Jeez, man.
100%. That's 100% too.
Well, we've gone an hour and 45 minutes, so I think that's about it. So I don't know about you guys, but I gotta go to work in the fucking morning, and you know what that means? I gotta sweat and shit. And I not only do I have to sweat.
What is it gonna be? 70 degrees up there?
Listen, motherfucker, man. You know what? Motherfucker. Well, it was awesome. Hey, what?
Well, I used my my water skid on Friday. That thing is freaking
awesome, man.
You gotta let me. I'll send you the dimensions, whatever. I'm telling you, it is badass.
Sweet, man.
It is tight. And today I was washing my truck, and I pull the hose out, and I'm like, wait a minute, I still got 30 gallons in that tank. I washed my truck with it. Didn't have to roll no hose up, spot free. Didn't have to put a dry on it. I'm telling you, man, it's the way to go.
Is it the best, bro?
Yep. Yeah, man.
Well, fellers, it was nice talking to John the Freedom here. LaLiberte. John LaLiberte. John the Freedom.
Yes, sir.
It was cool, man. We need to have you come back sometime, man. We'll bullshit some more. So
it was fun, man.
Yeah,
most
man,
of the time I'm normally in bed, but
yeah, we appreciate you having you on, and you be safe out there, and squad life, right? Squad life.
Squad life and squeegee life all day.
Oh, hell yeah, brother. You take it easy, bud.
You too, man. Appreciate you having me on.
Yep.
Nice talking with y'all.
Yep. See you guys later.
Stay safe. Later.
Peace.
Peace.
Where you going, Mark? You can't go nowhere yet. You can't go nowhere yet, Mark.
Hang on.
You can't go nowhere yet, Mark.
Hang on.
Me and you are gonna do the last 10 minutes. You don't have to be on video if you don't want, but we're gonna do the last 10 minutes here.
No, I'll be on video. I just got to figure out how to get it back on video.
No,
Give me a second.
You're working fine. I see you just fine right now. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Having a young high-rise guy on, that was pretty neat. John the Freedom.
Yeah, it seems like a good guy.
Yeah.
I hope he finds his way, because I know he's had a lot of rough
Ups
times.
And downs, yeah.
Yeah, he's had some up and down, and no one deserves that. And as long as he's focused and he's not creating his own drama, then I wish him all the best.
Right.
And hopefully he stays safe.
Well, it's from the sounds of it. Sounds like he's got himself a good group of guys to work with. You know what I mean? The Squeegee Squad guys seem to, for the most part, those all guys seem like they've got their shit together. So
yeah,
that's
I want to get one of the owners. I want to get one of the owners on because I want to know how they can cross-country travel and still make money based on the budgets that I know what they get for their jobs, because some of the jobs they're doing I had years ago. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the curious thing to me. How do you fly cross-country and make money?
Right.
That's what I want to know.
Right. Well, yeah, I would like to know the inner workings of that as well. I mean, those guys seem to be fucking everywhere, man. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, you guys, this was a pretty good episode, I thought. I mean, we kind of fucking we met John, the Freedom. He's pretty dangerous kid there, man. You know, he's hanging off the fucking side of a building every day cleaning windows. You know what I mean? And he seems to be all over the place doing it too. So I mean, hopefully he's found himself a nice home for a while. It sounds that way. He sounds like he's really liking where he's working. Down in Mark's neck of the woods there. From what I understand, it's fucking beautiful down there. So, and that's kick ass, and we wish him the best and good luck. So,
absolutely. So while we're still on, I'm calling out Richie Blue because I want to talk to Richie Blue. I've spoke to Richie Blue privately on many phone calls, but I want to be on video with him. I really want to.
Yeah, we need to make that happen. Richie's a pretty popular guy, man. Unfortunately, he's also a pretty busy guy. But I think what we're gonna do is I don't know. We'll have to set something up to where I would like to get you, Richie, and Tim on at the same time. That would be really nice to have all four of us on at once. That would be pretty kick-ass. So we need to we need to try to lay the groundwork for that maybe soon and see what we can't work out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So
I'm in.
If you guys want like and subscribe to my channel, check us out on fucking iTunes, Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio. We're on Podbean too. You can go to www.outlawwindowcleaner.com. Get you some Outlaw Window Cleaner gear, some Black Diamond squeegee rubbers, some Legend channels. If you want to, you can go to www.marktannerlikeswieners.com, and Mark Tanner will Mark Tanner will fucking he will superimpose a penis on anything you want. Any kind of picture you want, Mark Tanner will superimpose a penis on. And he's going to get pissed at me for saying this, but this guy saved Baby Bell cheese waxes, the covers for him, and makes penises out of them. His wife told me on the phone yesterday, she's like, this man is obsessed with penises.
No.
Yes, she did. She said you make penises. It's like arts and craft penises, dude.
Listen. I'm not obsessed with penises. I just... to be absolutely hilarious. Okay?
It is fucking funny. When she told me that, I about pissed my pants laughing. It was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. She's like, he saved Baby Bell cheese waxes forever and then made a penis out of them.
Yeah, well, she won't buy me Play-Doh, so I got to use something else.
They had somebody come into the house to do something at the house, and they asked him, "Is this cause for concern? There's this giant penis."
The lady, the first time she showed up to clean the house, she goes, "There's this giant golden wiener on the cabinet. Is there something I need to know?" No. Just clean the house.
Just clean the house. Oh man, that's beautiful, man. But this has been awesome. This has been a lot of fun, and we appreciate you guys listening. I appreciate Mark for coming on with me with John, because I wanted to have somebody that's got high-rise experience, someone that John could relate to, and they could bounce back and forth on stuff about, and give you guys a little bit of insight on the other side of window cleaning, which is high-rise, and hear it from somebody besides Mark. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So in closing, I will tell you this, because this is the one thing that I maybe didn't portray. If you can make a nice living standing on the ground, there's nothing wrong with learning how to do high rise. There's, as an employee, look, it's maybe you could say it's more glamorous. It's thrilling. It's a challenge. Okay. But at the end of the day, it's still a job. Not saying not to do it. I'm saying you figure out how to make a safe living on the ground.
Yep. Well, either way, what you're saying is if you work for someone or you don't work with someone or however you choose to do it, make sure you're making a good wage doing it, that you make a good living doing it. However, the best way it works for you is what, that's what you should do. Whatever works best for you and provides you the best kind of living possible. So,
Exactly.
And this has been fucking super sweet, man, and we appreciate you guys for listening. We'll check you out soon, man. See you later, Mark.
All right, buddy.
Peace.
Good talking to you today. Yep. I'll speak to you soon, buddy.
Yep. All right, buddy. Bye.
Have a good week. Stay safe. Bye.
Peace.
Peace.
Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio, reminding you to get your black diamond squeegee rubbers at www.outlawwindowcleaner.com. Oh yeah, and Luke's still a bitch.
This is a poetry moment with T. Squeegee. Strength by Faith Elizabeth Brigham. I have never known my strength to endure the unspeakable, giving life my all to those who would just as soon see me fall from lack of breath. I do not know my strength, nor see myself as other people do. I cannot be all things to others, or please all for the sake of keeping peace. Death will come swiftly when everyone wants a piece of me, and there is not enough of me to go around. My strength slowly depletes. I turn a deaf ear to the men whose own ears ignored my pleas. Forgiving them is a given, though forgetting so difficult. And that's a poetry moment with T. Squeegee. I'm not even sure what the fuck that even means. I just ruined the whole podcast with that. Yeah. Karate Cat. Hello!